I'm starting. Okay, sorry, give me a minute. Okay. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have any default value here.
అదే చెప్పిన
So I was talking about configure dictionary. So and yesterday also I have told you that like for 1 year, 2 years experience, they will surely ask about configure a dictionary. So what are the things you can do from dictionary? So one is adding those childs and making that dependent, all those things. And for some, let's take the state one. So and state is a field which was created on task table, right? That is parent table. So sometimes what happened is, let's go inside that and we will discuss. Yes. So sometimes what happened is like there is a field on your task table, that is parent table, and it is mandatory there, or it has some default value there, or it has some it is read only there. But here you don't want that as a mandatory. Then what you will do? Okay, that will be a case, and this is a regular question. So that will be like go into your configure dictionary, and under that dictionary override. This dictionary override is 100% question for 2 or 3 years experience people. Okay. So you can see, like I have opened this state field. Okay, state field, and its column is state. So when you scroll down in dictionary override, you can see that this field is also available on change underscore request, that is change table, change task, incident task, problem task, and this standard change proposal. On all these 5 forms and 5 tables, we have this field. Okay, and if you want to override, how we can do that? So add here, like we'd have that override value, default value, true, 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 true. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it doesn't has any default value. It here also nothing. And in default value, you can see its default value is 1. So that is why whenever you open any form, let me show. Your demo. Sorry, it is going this. Demos. Then I will click on new. So it will be in open state. So open state, maybe its value, default value 1. We will see that also. Like we have in dictionary, configure dictionary only, right? So its default value is 1. So let's go to choices and then enter value 1 here, and you can see it is open. But you can see these are different. Then why are those differences? So go to table here. So okay, just let me pull all this at once. Show matching. Okay, so there are 12 records where value is 1. So here we are pulling this from task table, right? Parent table. On parent task table, value 1 is open, and that is why it is showing as open whenever we open any form by default. If you want to change that, how will you do that? Go into dictionary override, click here as a new. Okay, so this is table, and select your table from here, G underscore Gautam here, and what you want to override, you want to make override its default value, you want to override its dependent value, you want to change its reference qualifier. We will see that again in a few minutes. And this calculation, make that mandatory, which I told you, and make that read only, and override its display value. So you can perform all this. So here I am changing its default value. So default value I will keep 2, and I am saving it. So what happened? The default value was 1 for from task table, but I have overridden that now. So let's see my form. I should get some other option instead of open on the form. So see, work in progress. So this is its value 2. So you can override default value using that override option. Okay, go to configure dictionary of that particular field, and you can override. Okay, and here, like whenever you open here, sometimes it may be read only, mandatory, and display as true. So these are coming from default table, and you can override that from here. Like you can, like by default it is not mandatory, but I want to make override that, and I want to make that mandatory. So I am opening the existing ticket which I have created, and here I am making that as mandatory. Override mandatory, and I'm making mandatory yes or no, and saving. So again, demo, new, and you can see this is mandatory now. Okay, so clear with override option?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In such way, you can explore all these options, and you can override those. And this is 100% compulsory question for interview, dictionary overrides. Okay. And one more thing, simple thing which you might have observed, but might like you may have not remember that. So when you click on the top, it is showing me save option. Okay, so I am saving my form. Okay, so when I am saving it, it is getting saved, but it is still on same form. It is on still on same view. Okay, so that is one way to save your form. And other, I am clicking on new again. So here is my new ticket, and this time I am not clicking on save. I am clicking on submit. So it will save and it will reload to your list view. So that is second option. Okay, and then I am opening any existing ticket. Okay, I can save it again. Okay, that is one option. It will stay on same form. Let's see, it will stay on same form. If I click on update, it will go again to list view. Okay, so these are the options. And there should be one more option. It is not visible here. Why, I don't know. Let me show you that on incident. So this is also a compulsory, like question for freshers actually, who are admin. So that is compulsory question. And question will be like, okay, here also we don't have this option, right? Okay. Okay, we are not getting here also. I have seen that in dictionary override, but why not here? This ticket. Okay. Okay, I am going inside this again. Dictionary override. And let me check if I have that options here. Yes. Yes. So these are the three questions that are like they will ask difference. What save will do? What insert will do? what insert and stay will do. So save, we are clear. It will save or it will update our form. So insert. So it will create a duplicate record with these details on the form. I will not create a dictionary entry, but I will explain you by creating this override option inside that. Okay. So here we have option, right? I am saving it. So nothing happened. And you can see we have 8 records here in this override list. Okay. So, and next time I am inserting. So what it will create? It should create a same record. It should create a new record with these details. Okay. So it is not allowing because we are because it will not allow duplicate key. Okay. Duplicate key name. Okay, it is not allowing. I have to check on other form. Let me see if we have any business, any other code which I can duplicate. Okay, I will open this one. Some random. So now you can see we have this save option, then we have insert option, then I am clicking on insert. Okay, so what it will create a new record with same details. Let me filter. And created today. So you see, it has created this new record, inserted new record. All the things will be same. It will insert same record again, but it got back to list view, right? So then we have another option, insert and stay. It will create a new record, but it will stay on this form only. So insert and stay. So you can see it got inserted, but still it is on this list view. So how to check that again? I am going back to this one form here, and I'm going back to my business rules, and let me filter again. Sorry, yeah. Created on today and running. So you can see one got created from insert and another one got created from insert and stay. Clear? What is difference between save, update? Like what will happen when we click on save? It will stay on same form. If you click on submit or if you click on update button, it will go back to list view. And if you click on insert, it will go back to list view. It will insert a record with same details on the form. Okay, like create a duplicate, and it will go to list. And if you click on insert and stay, it will create a new record, but it will stay on that form itself. So I am removing this duplicate because we have to work on this. This button, this option should appear here also. I don't know why it is not appearing. Okay. So any questions on form? Okay. And I have told you about SysID. You can copy SysID of this particular record from here. And if you want to see XML of this form, this record, you can see that from here. And audit from here. Clear, or any queries on this? Sharath, Rohit, Sai Kiran.
Clear.
Okay, so you can try that configure dictionary and configure override option. That are 100% compulsory questions. Okay. Okay, and that dependent choice is also compulsory question if you are going with 1 or 2 years experience. And And no one will ask about this form design or form layout if you are going with 3-4 years experience. But if you are going with basic experience like 6 months, 1 year, they will ask you like what is what you can do on form design, what you can do on this form layout. Okay, and they will ask you concept of view also. What is like how you can create a view, how you can create a section. Okay, you can tell that. And in some cases, like if you have this like if you have too many sections on your form and you want to hide a particular section from for end user, or you want to hide a particular section for ITIL user, you can do that using scripting. You can hide or you can show, same like we show in JavaScript, like hide show. Okay, so we will see that hiding and showing sections while we are working on script. Clear? Yes. So okay, so we are done with this, and in tomorrow's section I will cover this. These are simple topics like what is role, what is group, and what are users, and roles to users and group. And after that we will check like what are update sets. We will cover that in tomorrow's call, like tomorrow as it is Saturday. If not possible in 1 hour, we will take 1.5 hours, but we will cover all configuration part tomorrow. And from Monday we will directly go to a scripting part. Okay. And one more thing before going, like in .NET we have Stack Overflow, right? If you have any queries, you can write that here, there, and you can find all the code. So in the same way, ServiceNow has ServiceNow community. ServiceNow community. Yes, community.servicenow. So go to this page and you can write any question you have. Like if in real-time project you are not getting something, so you can raise a question here, or you can directly search something here, like that field is not getting mandatory. So some people will write their answer and you can check from that and you can do. I have to log in, I guess. Here. You have to log in here, but if you want to check directly, you can say it like make field mandatory in ServiceNow. Okay, so this is your docs. So this is one more link where you can see all the ServiceNow docs, and on the bottom you can see how to make a field mandatory. Some person has asked this question. Okay, so this is the question, and this is a question, and it has thread on the bottom. So his question is like how to make a field mandatory with business rule and UI action. So he has written all this and he has provided a screenshot. So so on the bottom you can see there are 5 replies. So you can read all those replies and you can get answer from this. And here you can see if that answer is correct, then that person will the person who worked on that will mark this as helpful. So if that is helpful, it means that answer is correct, and that this answer was useful to the user. Okay, so in same way you can see here it has helpful again here, but here it is not helpful. Okay, so if you have any question, you can raise that in community. Okay, and for ServiceNow docs, you can go to ServiceNow docs, and here you have each version wise Cubic. So from here you can get all the information of Cubic, or else this is one place. Okay, or else I have told you that we can open ServiceNow instance. ServiceNow instance. I will go to this service developer.servicenow, and on the top you will have this learning plan. So you can open anything from here. Scroll to bottom. Here is your ServiceNow administrator plan. So click on that. Like it will show you introduction to scripting, how you can write client-side script, how you can write server-side script. So you can explore each and every one, and you will get that document there. I have opened. So these are all the exercise, all the things they provide related to client script, and you can read that from here. Okay. You can explore everything from here. If you are new to ServiceNow, go here and ServiceNow basics. So open here, and what they are showing, same one which we are discussing: list, form, basic modules. What are the basic modules? Navigations. So all these things they are showing that and those here. Okay, so you can go from here. Clear about this learning path and community? Okay, then if you have any questions, you can ask me. I am done with today's class.
Nothing for today, Gautam. So I will practice the dependent and the views column, and I will get back
Okay,
to you.
and that views also you can directly check here. ServiceNow views, view or view rules, something. So if you click on that, some person you will have doc, or else some person will write in community. Okay, you can get that from community also, like how to show, how to restrict view, type that and you will get answer. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then yeah, thank you for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.